What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be playing a mono black Ayara as minions or Ayara as aristocrats. Whatever you want to call it. This isn't groundbreaking, but it is very, very, very fun to play. So before we go and hop into this deck tech or deck breakdown, I would like to remind everybody to leave a like down below if you enjoyed the video and a comment in the comment section if you have any suggestions for this video, future videos, or past videos. Furthermore, if you're new here, consider subscribing. It's free and it's a great way to support the channel and get updates every time I put out a video such as this one. Furthermore, if you want to support the channel through a monetary means, you can hit the join button down below the channel there, and it'll give you a list of perks you can acquire upon joining up. And then last but not least, if you're looking to pick up some magic cards while supporting the channel, you can head over to tcgplayer.com and use the promo code the new Dr. Spillikin. So on into this deck tech or deck breakdown. What are we playing? What are we having fun with today? Now obviously Ayara is in the title, so we are going to be playing Ayara, and what actually happened is I got a copy recently, opened a pack, and then I had a rare wild card, so I was like, fuck it, let's do an Ayara deck. I haven't done one since the pre-release event, and that was, you know, ages ago, so yeah. The key focus here is going to be playing our Cauldron Familiars and sacrificing them with Witch's Oven. Outside of that, and then, you know, of course, getting the effect from Ayara for every time playing the creature, which is just really awesome, and it's a great way to just take your opponent down in and of itself. But then aside from that, we also have things like Naive and Legion and Vampire of the Dire Moon, which are going to be able to swing in and deal decent bits of damage themselves, alongside things like Orzhov Enforcer for some excellent defenses. Priest of Forgotten Gods, sack our creatures out, draw cards, add mana, all that wonderful stuff. Now, one card that is kind of special that a lot of people don't actually run in these Ayara decks is Bloodthirsty Aerialist. Now, she ends up gaining so many counters because Ayara and Cauldron Familiar end up proccing twice, especially if you have Cauldron Familiar hitting the field, you know, once each turn, then you're going to be getting that effect every single turn, which again is going to build your Bloodthirsty Aerialist and gives you a really, really big flyer to either deal with Hydroid Crises or just fly over your opponent, deal with Planeswalkers and or their health. Now, moving us down, we do have 2 copies of Midnight Reaper, and I found 2 copies is plenty. You don't want, at least I don't want, I've never wanted 3 copies of Midnight Reaper in my deck. For the primary reason, I don't want 2 Midnight Reapers on the field at the same time. That's just hemorrhaging too much blood from myself. And yeah, I don't like it. So 2 Midnight Reapers is enough. 4 copies of Murderous Rider for some awesome removal against creatures and planeswalkers. 2 copies of Ritual of Soot because getting rid of your stuff is a lot less bad for you than it is for your opponent. So Ritual of Soot as source of board wipe. Then we have 2 copies of Vindictive Vampire because again, you're going to be trying to sacrifice your Cauldron Familiars or your Vampire of the Dire Moons or whatever it may be each and every turn, which is going to get you in extra damage, with Vindictive Vampire, as well as boosting Bloodthirsty Aerialist's ability to build that much more, right? So Vindictive Vampire, just a fun little sprinkle. It's very cheap. This deck in general, you know, minus these Midnight Reapers, Ritual Soots, but they're very easily replaceable, and Ayara herself. The rest of these cards are, well, hell, I was gonna say fairly cheap, but you can make a budget-friendly deck or version of this deck very, very cheap. So moving us down to some of our more fun cards, we have 1 copy of Gruesome and 1 copy of Command the Dreadhorde, and I want to see which of these I like better. Initially, I said Gruesome Menagerie I would like better because of the curvature of this deck and all the small creatures we have, and I figured, yeah, that'd be awesome. But then I got to thinking about it, and Command the Dreadhorde could actually allow you to win just off bringing back things like Vindictive Vampire, plus Ayaras, and then sacrificing all your creatures afterwards to get this huge burst of just absolute damage, right? So, yeah. Long story short, that's going to do it for the deck tech or deck breakdown, and now we're going to go and hop right into our matches. Lord Agu, going to be our first foe for the day. Is that from that Samurai show, Handsome Jack or something like that? Samurai Jack? Samurai Jack, that's what it was, Handsome Jack. That's Borderlands, Chance, wrong game. We'll keep this hand. It is a bit greedy, as we don't really have turn 1 play. Oh, scratch that. There's our turn 1 play. Now, seeing a mountain from our opponent isn't always the most reassuring thing. Tends to mean mono red. Ooh, is it? Is it? We're gonna go ahead and play the Orzhov Enforcer because I don't want them to simply shock out our Priest of Forgotten Gods, and then at least this way, if they go to shock our Orzhov, we can sacrifice with the Witch's Oven and still get a creature back. Next turn, we'll lead into our Ayara, get in a little bit of damage. Ooh, and a Cauldron Familiar. That would be some excellent follow-up. Playing the Cauldron plus the Priest. We'll have to hope, wait, and see to realize those dreams. But, you know, maybe. Some Izzet decks are more reactive than active. Lava Cool. Okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and Witch's Oven that so we can actually get it back later if we want to. Keeps it from getting exiled. Gives us a little food token. Good stuff all around. Command the Dreadhorde. That would be fantastic. So unfortunately we don't get to play the Cauldron Familiar combo with Ayara quite yet, but still getting it down is nice, and Priest to follow never hurts. So, and again, swinging with the Orzhov Enforcer for the small damages. Sometimes it's all the little things that add up that really matter in the end. So, or you know, the first 3-4 turns of the game, I guess that adds up as well. So picking up a game 1 up against Lord Agu, and yeah, I guess we're going to be moving our way through gold today. So on into a game 2. Zoefk. I'm not quite sure on this name. We'll keep this hand. Not as much land, but we do have some guaranteed turn 1 plays, which makes me feel a little bit better. If we can draw into some land, that would be fantastic. Or if we can get down the Priest and then sacrifice our Vampire plus Cauldron to get up to mana enough to get down Vindictive or Bloodthirsty, something like that. That would be awesome as well. Now, one thing that I've actually thought about and went back and forth on heavily about adding into this deck is Foreboding Fruit, I believe is the name of the card. It's 3 mana, you deal 2 damage to any person, you know, whether you or your opponent, and then that person draws 2 cards. So obviously you're going to select yourself. Sure, it costs 2 mana and 3, or sure, it costs 3 mana and 2 health, but you're still going to be able to draw 3 cards. And I believe if you cast the Adamant effect for it, I believe, now I could be wrong, but I believe that if you do, you get a food token, which is, you know, you can use it for your Cauldron Familiar, bring it back and use all those effects. So, draws you cards, has interaction with your Cauldron Familiar, or it just gives you a food, which is good for gaining life, which interacts with your Bloodthirsty Aerialist. So it's like, it seems like it would do well. So I thought about running that over Midnight Reaper, because Midnight Reaper is like a, it's good, you know, it's good when it happens, but it's also like a 2-part plan. Like play Midnight Reaper, and then have these creatures already that you can sacrifice then and draw cards and it not kill you. So there's like all these like prerequisites, right, to Midnight Reaper. Whereas this card, you just play it, you get to draw the cards immediately, get the food, and you know, all's well that ends well. So I've definitely thought about that as a replacement for Midnight Reaper, and you know, if you're on a bit more of a budget, yeah, Midnight Reaper is rare. Definitely don't go picking up Midnight Reaper just for a deck like this. Like Foreboding Fruit, honestly, I would think in Witch's Oven is fantastic. I would think in certain situations is a lot better. So it doesn't appear like we're actually going to get to play that many games today, because people just see the start of our deck and don't even want to wait for the end. But sure, whatever. I don't know where to play my decks anymore. I try playing them in Standard and they get beat, and try playing them in Ranked and people leave. I don't know, you know. On into our next game though. Tartag. Oh, it's D'Artagnan. Ha ha ha. It was the random like capitalization that got me, right? Alright, so again, we'll keep this hand. This is a fair and fine hand. We have a turn 1, 2, 3, and, well, 6 play. Maybe a turn 4 play for command, though, if we can use Priest, you know, just right, get us the 2 extra mana, command. But that would also require them to, or us to already have things in our graveyard by turn 4. You just usually don't see it unless it's a mill deck, in which case, right? Am I right? Anyways, we're going to go ahead and throw down our Orzhov Enforcer, following up our Cauldron Familiar. Let's hope they don't have any sort of flashy plays. Probably just an opt, right? Probably just an opt. Yeah, D'Artagnan. It was the DTO that like that first caught my attention, and whenever there's spaced out capitalization in someone's name, I'll immediately break the words down like that, right? Which I feel like it's a natural human response to do that. So they got a Spectral Sailor. Let's hope they don't play Quench. Although playing Spectral Sailor, you always gotta assume the worst, right? Because Spectral Sailor isn't the kind of card, isn't the kind of card that gets played in the deck without counters. I'm just being honest there. You 9 times out of 10 will not see this card in a deck without counters, unless it's in Azorius Flyers. In which case, again, be afraid, right? Be very afraid. But it's become a very, very popular card in Simic Flash, which appears to be what we're up against right now, which is fine, right? We wanted someone that would stick around, give us a match, give us a run for our money. So unfortunately, Ayara didn't land. Question is, do we save the mana for the Murderous Rider, take out the Spectral Sailor, you know, go on about our business? Do we play the Midnight Reaper and get some card draw just in case they decide to block the Cauldron Familiar? Honestly, I would love some card draw. If they counter it, I'm gonna be a little sad, not gonna lie. But I think sometimes whenever you're playing against a Simic counter deck, it's better to just go in. You know, it's better to just hope you hit. Did we? We did. We did indeed. All they played was a Brineborn. So we can go ahead and swing in with our Orzhov Enforcer, and we will. And no response from them. That's fine. All right, we have a Murderous Rider to take out their Brineborn, so that's good. That's good. That's good. And if we can ever get up to the mana, we have Command the Dreadhorde, so maybe we could get our Ayara back along with some other friends or pals. But we'll have to wait and see. Gruesome Menagerie, another... actually, we can get to Gruesome Menagerie level with Priest if we play this right. If we're going to do that, then we would sacrifice probably the Midnight and the Orzhov, right? And get back Ayara and Orzhov. But then wouldn't we want to do Orzhov and Cauldron then, and we can get back those three? That sounds fantastic. So I do want to go ahead and do Priest this turn, and then just keep our fingers crossed that she doesn't get Frilled Mystic here. You know, or does. however you want to play the game, I suppose. Whatever tickles your counter spell fancy. And then they just immediately sacrifice it. I don't get people. I feel like there's better... Ooh, another Murderous Rider. Fine by me. Eventually we'll get there to where we just have the mana with or without Priest, you know? Meanwhile, our opponent's sitting at 5 mana and we just keep drawing. Don't have a counter spell, please, oh please. Oh please, oh please. You know they do. You know they do. No way they don't, right? They have 3 cards left in hand. Brazen Borrower. Ooh, yeah, okay, cool, 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 cool. We could swing in with the Midnight Reaper here. Chances they block with the Spectral Sailor, pretty high, pretty alright, yeah. But on the flip side, it's decent damage. Yeah, I think it's worth it. Dirt. Oh, that's nice. Hell yeah, I'll take that trade. Give me a card draw. A land. That is actually... Oh, fantastic. Fantastic draw there. Give me another land next turn. We'll be sitting pretty good. Alright, so let's see what they do. Do they go for the 2? They probably do. In which case, I should go ahead and use Murderous Rider and kill their Spectral Sailor, right? They don't. They don't even attack. Do I use Murderous Rider then? Do I really care about it? Probably not. So instead, let's go ahead and use the Cauldron Familiar, sacrifice it with the Witch's Oven, get a food token, play it back down, deal some damage, do a little dance, maybe even get down tonight, you know? Alright. So we're going to run this little cat combo. Meow. Meow, motherfucker. Meow. Now, one thing you do have to worry about with Simic Flash is just because they're in their end step, like most decks, it doesn't actually mean that they are done and down for the count. Since they have Flash and they have a bunch of instant spells, you still got to be worried about things even up to the end point there. Alrighty, so not another land, but an Orzhov Enforcer is... It's nice. You know, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say it's just, oh, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But it is nice. It's nice nonetheless. Once upon a time. So what are they looking for here? Probably some Night Pack Ambushers, if I had to guess about it. What else is big in Simic Flash? More Frilled Mystics. Nissa? Is Nissa one of those things? Speaking of Frilled Mystics. Pass. We know they have the mana for Frilled Mystic this turn. We know. I'm fine taking the 2 damage to the face. So then, what do we want to do? What do we want to do to get rid of that Frilled Mystic as a bait? Do we just play the Murderous Rider and try and kill the Spectral Sailor, let them counter us, call it a day? Doesn't sound like a bad idea. Because I do not want them to counter my Gruesome Menagerie or my Command the Dreadhorde, right? Those two are big. Oh, and of course we would get the mana for this turn. So what do y'all think? Y'all thinking sorcery speed? Oh no, I just didn't do that. Oh! I mean, it's fine. Okay, they countered it either way. That was... that was the whole point of it, right? We got what we wanted. I can't believe I did that. I mean, I can, you know, y'all have seen me play. I 100% can believe that I did that. But at the same time, oh my goodness, what am I doing? So yeah, I'll take that trade every time. An Orzhov Enforcer for a Frilled Mystic, yeah, sure. Sign me up. And yeah, we'll end our turn on that tone. So they're down to 2 cards in hand. That really excites me because it means they're running out of counter spells, and I still have my Gruesome Menagerie. Now the only question is, what do I want to get back with the Gruesome Menagerie? Obviously Ayara, and then Priest, and then I think I would want to sacrifice Cauldron, bring it back that way, and have an extra food left over. That sounds fantastic, actually. Did they play a land? I didn't quite see. They still only have 2 cards in hand, so they had to play something. Yeah, it was a land. No, I want to save the 1/1 for the 3/1. So go ahead and swing in with the 2/2. I don't care. Try me. I dare you. Alright, so they're going to go down to 10 health here. We're going to go up to 17. Oh, what a wonderful day. So Cauldron, submit. What do they have in theirs? They have a Brownborn and 2 Frilled Mystics that we could get back on our side if we decided to go with Command, if we draw the land. Cauldron Familiar. Another Cauldron Familiar. Alright, well, I think it's time to jam it. They have 2 cards in hand. If ever there were a chance against Simic Flash to get Gruesome Menagerie down, it's not right now. Apparently. Fuck. Alright. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Oh, could have swung in with the Cauldron Familiar there. Mistakes. 2 cards left. One's Night Pack, one's Quench. What are the fucking chances? What are the chances that Simic Flash just has everything they need in their hand? Well, probably pretty high, right? That's why a deck becomes a mill deck, right? You don't become a mill deck because you don't have efficient card draw, efficient cards in hand 24/7. So this is fine. We're still negating 3 damage. You know, they may have taken out, you know, part of the dream, but not its whole entirety. And that I can work with. That I can live with. So they're gonna go down to 9. We're gonna go back up to 16, and we're slowly whittling them down. They're slowly whittling us down. It's a whole whittle party. Get it? Whittle, little. Anyways, what are we looking for? I guess a land. Shit. We can always Murderous Rider and kill their Night Pack Ambusher, which would be nice. You know, it would be fun. But is that my main concern? No. I want to get Command the Dreadhorde. I want to do what I should have done last turn with Gruesome Menagerie, except I guess I have to pay health for it since D'Artagnan over here, Stingy McStingerson, wants to counter all my shit. Alright, how about this? You can let me play this? Check our graveyard first, because I for sure want to get Ayara back. Priest wouldn't be bad, right? So let's go Ayara, Priest, Orzhov. What is that? 3, 5, 7. Can't count by 2's chance. That's 10. 4. That makes 10. I still have 6 health to work with. That makes 12. That makes 15. Alright, going a little steep here. That's okay. Don't counter me. Please, oh please. I know you have one card in hand. Oh, and you can draw another card. Right. I know you have 2 cards in hand. Please don't have a counter. Please don't have a counter. Please don't have a counter. Yes. Lovely. Alright, Ayara. Heal me back up a little bit. Shit, I'm hurting. Maybe I should have just got back more black creatures to heal me up more and deal more damage to them. Who knows? Next combat. Next 2 attackers. I have a whole board. I have things with which I can defend. I have things with which I can attack. I have things with which I can sacrifice. Boy, oh boy, this game is so interesting. Even when we're not playing up against a very interesting deck, we can force it to be interesting, right? So, that's still not enough to kill me, thank the Lord, right? If they had just played enough cards to kill me all because of my Command the Dreadhorde, I'd been a little bit salty, I'm not even gonna lie. But it's looking like we're gonna be able to do this, right? We're gonna be able to pull this shit. Pull it back. Pull it back now, y'all. 2 hops this time. All that good stuff, you know, slide to the left. Reverse, reverse. Don't ask me why I know that song so well. So what? I may have went to one too many middle school dances. You know, who didn't? Anyways, anywho's. D'Artagnan, what do you have for me? You gonna try swinging in? No, no attacks to be had. Alrighty, you might regret that. So we're gonna deal what, 2 damage here, and go back up to 7. That's pretty dope. That's a pretty good little deal there. I don't mind saying so myself. Alright, so this puts him down to 3. This puts him down to 1. That kills him. So we have lethal. We don't even have to attack. We have lethal. We can also use priest. So many options here. It's been nice, D'Artagnan. I appreciate you coming out today. Alrighty. But I have no remorse beating a Simic Flash deck in this manner. Brazen Borrower. Cool, cool. So they return that. They're going to return another card. I'm assuming they return the Ayara, right, to try and prevent the damage, but I still get the 1 damage off Cauldron. So they have this awkward position of return Ayara, I still kill them, or return Priest, and again, I still kill them. So, decisions, again. You don't always like to make them, but sometimes they got to be made. We'll see what D'Artagnan does here. We'll call it a good game. They'll bounce that. We'll resolve it. We'll pretend like it was a good play for all of 1 second, and then we'll do this. Submit, kill, kill, submit. Nice. Alright, so that's games 1, 2, and 3 being picked up by this Ayara Minions Aristocrats deck. Why is the game not over? They're at -1. How does that happen? Pause, hold up. Things are not yet complete. Not everyone has gotten their say yet. Alright, so yeah, we are literally just cruising right on through gold. That feels fantastic. Alrighty, I am going to go ahead and call it a video today because I do still have to get up to live streaming, and I still got to edit this and get it up and like this, that, and the other, you know. I honestly I got so much to do. Every single day I have more stuff to accomplish than what the day holds hours-wise. So anyways, thanks again. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Thanks again to everybody for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like down below, and as always, I'll see you either later tonight or tomorrow. Peace.